Hi there. So you're probably wondering why is this idiot sitting here talking into a camera on a phone? Well, I'm going to tell you why. I'm actually at work right now. I'm in my office and I got the door shut, but there's windows everywhere and there's a lot of people that walk by. And I will look like a complete psychopath if I sit here and just talk to my computer. Um, so I've got the phone up to my ears, so I look like less of a pathetic, lonely old man. So, all right, so here's the deal. I lost a gig this weekend through no fault of my own. It's just one of those things that happen. And I'm hoping the way I handled losing this gig can go a long way to keeping me in the good graces for consideration for future gigs. So here's what happened. I do some gigs. Uh, it's it's for a dueling piano company, and if you don't know what dueling pianos are, it's when two piano players sit facing each other, and one guy sings a song, the next guy sings a song, and uh, it's usually a show with a lot of comedy in those things. And it's one of those things where you really got to be on your toes as a drummer because these guys are changing songs like this, one right after the other. And they don't have a song list, so you go on the gig totally blind. So I've done a few of these gigs, and I've kind of cemented myself a reputation with some of the players as they really like me because I'm watching and I'm paying attention. And I will do a video on that later on, the importance of paying attention to the other guys in the band. So anyways, I had this book. It's supposed to be, today is November 2nd. The gig is for Saturday, November 4th. I'd had this gig on the books for probably close to a year. I got a call a while back, said, hey man, I got a gig. It's kind of in your area. We'll get you a hotel. It's about a 4-hour drive. You want to do it? And, I'm really big on taking the first gig that comes my way because I don't know when another gig's going to come along or if it's going to come along. So there's some advice for you guys too. Is just never turn down gigs. So I took the gig, and and as time had worn on throughout the summer, and I'd get calls. I said, I'd get calls for this date, and I know I got at least 2 or 3, and I know I turned them all down because I got a gig with this company. I'd already had something set up with them. So, it's like Monday or Tuesday, and I haven't heard anything from these guys yet. It's a little weird. Normally, I get an email advancing the show. So yesterday, I called a guy up and I said, "Hey, man, everything's still good with this gig?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, you're still inked and everything, I'm like, "All right, send me the hotel." I'm like, "There's a hotel, right?" Because it's a long drive home. He was like, "Yeah, there's a hotel. If there's not," he goes, "just we'll pay you back." I'm like, "All right." So about 15 minutes later, my phone rings, and I look, and it's him. And I said, "Oh, I wonder what this is all about." So I said, "Hello." He goes, "Hey, man," he goes, "I got some bad news." He goes, "I talked to the groom, and they don't want to pay for the drummer." I'm like, "You've got to be freaking kidding me." I'm like, "Dude, this has been on the books for a year. I've had this gig booked for a year." He goes, "I know." He goes, "What can I do to make it up to you?" And this is where I made my decision. All right, I could have said, and I know this had happened in the past with some other players that, things get messed up. It happens. They made him pay him from the gig, like full price. And I said, he goes, "Do you have another gig you can?" I'm like, "Dude, I really doubt it." I'm like, "This is 2 days away. I don't exactly live in a bustling metropolis of, there's gigs everywhere, especially in November." I said, "You know what? I know I could have got money out of him, but I chose to go this route." I said, "You know what? I just want to be first call for anything that comes up. You know, that's all I ask." And he said, "Absolutely." So we'll see if this pays off. I could have thrown a fit and could have been just an absolute diva about it, but I chose to go another route. And like I said, we'll just see if it pays off in the future. It's being a nice guy sometimes goes a long way in this business. So, all right, I will talk to you guys later.